Shalom, Israel. I want to start by saying praise to the Most High Yah and Son Yahushua Mashiach. All right, Israel. This is still the beginning of the week, so I'm gonna still say, hope y'all have a wonderful week. And by the time this come out, it'll be the Sabbath. Hope y'all have a blessed week and enjoy this lesson. All right, this lesson gonna be fun, y'all. I'm bringing out that hope for the ones who stay to the end. I know my last lesson was heavy, but sometimes I like to counterfeit and give you a good, hopeful lesson. You know what I mean? So for the mighty kings and princes, this for y'all, man. We're gonna have fun in this video. All right. It's called Abba's Weapons. All right, Israel, y'all ready? So I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. We're gonna start with Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations. He said, with thee, you're going to break in pieces the nations. And with thee, I will destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And with thee also will I break in pieces man and women. The women going to get it too, because we his battle axe. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee, I'll break in pieces the young man and the maid. Most High said, you're going to destroy whoever I send you to, the mighty kings and princes. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee, I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee, I will break in pieces captains and rulers. All right? So Most High said, we got a lot of destroying these nations, paying them back for what they did to us. And I will render unto Babylon, to all the inhabitants of Chaldee, all their evil they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord. Behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain. Who's the destroying mountain? Yeah, I'm coming for y'all this lesson. Who runs the world right now? The Jewish people. And they're all Edom. He said, yeah, a destroying mountain. That's who he's talking about. Behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroys all the earth. Because they destroy the earth with all their evil. All their media, all their social media, all their movies is evil. They destroy the earth with that. I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and will roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. He's going to destroy their whole nation. Let's continue. So he said, with thee, y'all some battle axes. Let me show you some other parts where he said that at. This is when we would have been obedient. This is what he was going to have the children of Israel. I want to bring this out for so many soft Israelites who think it's all love. They don't understand these scriptures, man. I'm going to show you what Most High had plans for us if we would kept his commandments, all right? So we can go to Leviticus chapter 26. We get in verse 6 through 8. And I will give peace in the land. We will have peace in our land. You shall lie down, and none should make you afraid. That means we should be chilling, relaxing, not always worried about someone trying to hurt us. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land. Neither shall the sword go through your land. So there won't be no killing if we would just kept the commandments. And you shall chase your enemies. What? Abba'S weapons, the Israelites. And you shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall by you before you by the sword. This is the part I want y'all to pay attention. To y'all mighty kings and princesses, pay attention. And 5 of you should chase 100. What he just say? 5 of us going to chase 100. And 100 of you should put 10,000 to flight. And 100 of us can kill 10,000 of them. Why? Because Psalms 82:6. Ye are gods. Commandments equal power. I had a video about that. I'm trying to show y'all. Us keeping the commandments is our power. And your enemy shall fall by the sword. All right. So let's continue. Let's go back. Now we're gonna go to Micah. So 5 of us can kill 100? Yes, Israel. And 100 of us can kill 10,000 of them? Yes, Israel. Because we're at Psalms 82:6. This is Micah chapter 5, verse 7. And the remnant of Jacob should be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord. So this is in the end times, what's coming. As the showers upon the grass, that tarry not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob should be among the Gentiles. So they're going to be around us. In the midst of many people as a lion, we're going to be ruling them. They're going to be terrified of us. Among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of a sheep. who, if he go through, both tread it down, tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. All them nations gonna be scared of them kings and princes when we get our power back. Because we're gonna have them in line. We're gonna put them in place while we have our powers. All right. We can continue at Micah. Then shall be lifted up upon thy enemy. Verse 9. Let me read it again. Slack. Thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy enemies. We're gonna have that power in our hand. And all thy enemies should be cut off. Anybody got a problem with the Israelites at that time? They would be dead. All right. Abba'S Weapons. Remember the lesson card. And then we can continue. Let's go to First Maccabees. Let me give you some stories where we was already like this when we kept the commandments. Let's go to First Maccabees chapter 2. So First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 66. As for Judas, this is Judas, a mighty king we had. As for Judas Maccabees, he had been mighty and strong. He was mighty and strong. Even from his youth up, even when he was a child, he was still strong. He had that power. Let him be your captain and fight the battle of this people. Take also unto you all those that observe the law. So Judas grabbed people that who was fighting for this law, who stood up for this Bible, and avenge the wrong of your people. For them other nations, Edomites, was coming after us at that time. And he said, take Judas and fight for the Bible. That's what Most High is about. He's about us being an army. The children of Israel, y'all kings and prince, we are his army. I want y'all to get that today. So he blessed them and was gathered to his fathers. All right, let's continue. So now we're going to go to First Maccabees, chapter 3. So First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 3. So he got his people great honor and put on a breastplate as a giant. So Judah Maccabees was a what? He was a giant Israel. He was a big, mighty king. Probably like 6, 7, 8 feet tall. We don't know how big he was. He was scary, man. And he grit his warlike harness about him and made battles, protecting the host with his sword. Let me show you what kind of man what Judas was. There's another scripture. It says they didn't want to fight against Judas with war because he was too mighty. Let me show you what they mean by that. We're gonna go to Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees. We're gonna do some reading, y'all. I want y'all to pay attention. This is Abba'S Weapons. All right, this is that hope, man. I'm gonna show you how mighty we are, man. We're gonna go to Second Maccabees chapter 12. I'm getting verse 1 through 23. All right. So Second Maccabees chapter 12, verse 1. Get to know your forefather. Judas, man, he was nothing to mess with. He was our weapon. I'm gonna show you how he was. When these covenants were made, Elias went into the king, and the Jews were about their husband. So this is the other nations. They come into the other nation kings. But the governors of several places, Timothy and Epaphras, the son of Gennes, also Hermanus and Dephon. And besides them, Nicanor, governor of Cyprus, would not suffer them to be quiet and live in peace. So when we was in these other nation lands, we was trying to stay to ourselves, but they kept bullying us. They didn't want us to live in peace. The men of Joppa also did such an ungodly deed. Pay attention what these devils do. The men of Joppa. They prayed they prayed the Jews that they dwelt among them to go with their wives and children into the boats which they had prepared, as though they had meant them no hurt. It's like, hey, come on, Jews, come into this boat. You know what I mean? Grab your family, grab your wife and kids. We ain't gonna mean no harm. We just gonna take you on a boat cruise. Get on this cruise. Boat. Yeah, Israel. Us getting on them boat with them other nations ain't never been no good. You ain't catching on to that. Verse 4. Who accepted of it according to the common decree of the city, as being desirous to live in peace, suspecting nothing. So we Israelites were like, oh, okay, cool. We just try and be in peace. But when they were going forth into the deep, they drowned no less than 200 of them. So when they got us out in the water, man, they start throwing us overboard and killing us, man. You see how every time we trust these other nations, that's why the scripture says, never trust thy enemy. Let's get it. Let's go, baby. We're going to come back. I'm going to show you why Most High had to say that to us. We trusted our enemies, man. Look what happened. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy. You see what happened when we trust our enemy? Come on, get on the boat. We got in the boat. Then they drowned us. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So let's go back. We have a commandment to not trust our enemies, Israel. Why? Most High is saying that for your good. He's not being mean. He's telling you these people hate you. And they showing you right here in Maccabees, the book they took out. All right? Who saith of it according to the common decree of the city, as being desirous to live in peace, suspecting nothing. So we was like, oh, we didn't think they were gonna do nothing. But when they were going forth into the deep, they drowned no less than 200 of them. When Judas, here go our mighty King Judas. He don't play no games, Israel. He was Abba'S Weapon. When Judas heard of this cruelty done unto his countrymen, he commanded those that were with them to make them ready. Like, hey, y'all, let's get it, let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. I heard what they did to my brothers and sisters out there in that water. Judas coming, and he ain't no fool. He's a scary man, Israel. Remember that. And calling upon Yah, the righteous judge, he came against those murderers of his brethren and burnt the haven by night. He burnt up the place where they at and set the boats on fire. And those that fled thither, he slew. So he came out there, set their boats on fire, set their town on fire, and everybody who ran and got away from that fire, sling, 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 sling. Yeah, he chopped them up to pieces. That was our forefather Judas. And when the town was shut up, he went backward, as it would return to root out them of the city of Judah. So they tried to hide themselves in the city. But when he had heard the Gemites were minded to do in the like manner to the Jews dwelt among them. So the other nation named Gemites, another land where some heathens was at, but the Israelites who was there, because by this time it was already scattered. So they trying to do the same thing that the other people did to us. And he came upon the Gemites also by night and set fire on the haven and the navy. So the light of the fire was seen at Jerusalem, 240 furlongs off. So he set up their whole little town on fire. You could see it all the way back in Jerusalem where it was pretty far away. Now, when they were gone from thence 9 furlongs in the journey toward Timothus, no fewer than 5,000 men afoot, 500 horsemen of Arabians set upon him. So this is Arabians. Who's that? That's Ishmael. Yeah, we found you too. Enemy too. Whereupon Ishmael's the Arabs. They are not your people, Israel. It ain't just about the Caucasian. All these nations had a hand of putting their hands on us when you read these scriptures. Don't get caught up so much in Edom all the time. And you're not paying attention to them other ones. They all hate you, Israel. Whereupon there was a very sore battle. But Judah side by the help of Yah got the victory. So the northern of Arab being overcome beside Judas for peace, promising both to give him cattle and pleasure for him. Like, hey man, hey, you got it, Judas. Hey, we know you about, man. Don't kill all of us. Hey, we'll give you cattle and everything. But they ain't want it with Judas because he was tearing up their nation, man. Tearing up their cities, man. Then Judas, thinking indeed that they would be profitable in many things, granted them peace. Whereupon they shook hands, so they parted to their tents. So some of them heathens like, man, we don't want it with you, Judas. All right, we just can we shake your hand? All right, we're gonna leave you and your brethren alone. That's how you got to get your other nations got to get their mind right again and realize who the Israelites is. Those are the ones who get left over, who get their minds right and realize we don't want it with them Israelites. They got it. They the kings of the earth. He went also about to make a bridge to a certain strong city, which was fenced about with walls, and inhabited by people in diverse countries, and the name of it was Cephas. But when they were within, put such trust in the strength of the walls, and promised victories that they behaved themselves rudely towards them that were with Judas, rallying blasphemy, and uttering such words that were not to be spoken. So they got in their own town, they in their town, but they got walls, big old gates and everything, brick walls. They're like, ha ha, Judas, you can't come get us. You can't get us. They protected. They thought they was protected by their gates and all their stuff they put in front of their walls. We're gonna see. Wherefore Judas with his company called upon the great Lord of the world. I want y'all to understand that. We understand where the power comes from. The power comes from the Most High. Judas, yeah, he was a mighty king and he was a mighty God. But only why he was a mighty God, because he kept the commandments. Commandments equal power. And he was obedient and he humbled himself and always remember where that power came from. It came from the Most High. So, yes, we are gods, but we get our power from our Father. We have to remember that, Israel. Wherefore Judas with his company called upon the great Lord of the world, who without any rams or engines of war did cast down Jericho in the time of Joshua. So he remembers about Joshua and Jericho when they broke down the walls. So how is he getting this power? He's getting charged up by he was reading. That's why I always tell y'all, Israel, quench not the spirit. Because our forefathers in the past, they understood the power came from reading these scriptures, feeding that spirit, and remembering the stories that our forefathers did. It gives you that power. And gave a fierce assault against the walls. So now Judah's like, okay, I remember what Joshua and them did. Now Hagar turn. They got their power, man. Right? And took the city by the will of Yah and made a unspeakable slaughters. What? They can't even give you the number how many people Judas killed, man. Unspeakable slaughters. Insomuch that a lake 2 furlongs near adjoining thereunto be filled full was seen running with blood. You hear that, Israel? It was a river of blood. When he bust open that wall and got into their cities, he started killing so many of them. It was a rivers of blood. It was only Judas and 500 of them. How many of them was? Thousands, 10,000s. What that scripture I brought out early? He said 100 of you will put 10,000 to flight. Most High do not lie. Most High do not lie. I'm showing you the proof. Only a couple hundred of us killed thousands of them. A number it says unspeakable. Because the scripture Leviticus 26, Most High meant what he meant. 5 of you would destroy 100 of them. 100 of you would destroy 10,000 of them. So imagine we have 500. How many bodies was it that Judas and them was killing? Unspeakable. Read it again. Wherefore Judas and his company called upon the great Lord of the world, who without rams and engine of war did cast down Jericho in the time of Joshua, gave a fierce assault against the walls, and took the city by the will of Yah, because the Most High authorized them to have a power to bust open that wall, and made unspeakable slaughters, insomuch that a lake 2 furlongs broad near adjoining thereunto being filled was seen running with blood. Israel. Those the real Israelites, man. Those the mighty kings and prince, man. They stood for these laws, man. They stood for our nation, man. We are army. What's this love holding with the other nations? That's not how it's supposed to go. We must have weapons. Abba's weapons. Then departed they from thence 750 furlongs came to Shurka, until the Jews that were called Tabini. So after they destroyed all them, blood everywhere, we had to go to another city. So what this was? Judas went out and was saving our people in different cities and towns and countries where the other nations was beating and raping us. Judas was saving us, y'all. I want y'all to understand that. This is all over again. Moses coming out of Egypt, my last lesson. This was Judas. He was coming to get us out of Egypt in each land we was in, where they had walls protecting us, but they was beating and raping us in them cities, man. And Judas came and got us back, and it was taking us back to Jerusalem, man. He was Abba'S weapon to go free his brothers and sisters was in captivity. You gotta read Maccabees and understand what was happening. But as for Timothy, they found him not in the places, for before he had dispatched anything, he departed from thence, having left a very strong girdle in a certain hold. Howbeit, the Sards who were Maccabees captains went forth and slew theirs with Timothy. So he tried to take off running to other cities. Now we found him. Sling, 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 had left on forces about 10,000 men. And Maccabees reigned in his army by bands, and set them over the bands, and went against Timothy, who had been about him 120,000 men afoot. So they had 120,000 people. They got all these people. We only got 500, and we destroying them. And 2,500 horsemen. And now when Timothy had knowledge of Judas coming, he sent the women and children and other baggage to a fortress called Karen, for the town was hard to besiege and east and coming to by reason of the straightness of all the places. So he's like, all right, man, here come Judas, y'all. Let's put them in this city. They broke down the other city. They can't break down this city. All right, we're gonna find out. But when Judas, his first band, came in sight, the enemies being smitten with fear, they were scared, and terror through the appearing of him that seeth all things. Stop. Who was helping Judas? Yahweh shot. Abba'S weapons. Yahweh is the number one weapon for the Most High. You know what I mean? He said, a man of war. And he be with his brothers when they be fighting. There you go. Yahweh was in this battle with us. But when Judas' first band came in sight, the enemies being smitten with fear and terror through appearing of him that see all things. So before even Judas got there, they was already getting towed up by Yahweh and the angels. Yeah, so this book crazy, y'all. Fled and men wandering this way, another that way, so that they were often hurt of their own men and wounded of their own swords. So they was running from Yahweh and the angels when Judas was coming up to them, and they tripping over their swords, going boom, boom, stabbing each other, cause they running from Yahweh, man. See why they wanted to kill him while he was a baby? Because they knew this the same person was doing that to him back then. Judas also was very earnest in pursuing them, killing those wicked wretches of whom he slew about 30,000 men. Whoo! Judas like, Yahshua, let me get some of this too. Sling, sling. That's what the love we was back then, man. Judas getting it in with his army, Yahweh getting it in with the angels, and we was tearing them nations up. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I bet you I didn't know that. Go back and read some Maccabees to understand, man. Get that power up, man. That's why I told you, yeah, they gonna come for us, man. Bringing this stuff out, they hate these stories, man. They hate these stories. That's why they took it out the book. First Maccabees chapter 9, verse 22. That's why you get the New Testament seeing all love. It wasn't no love. No. Read this Apocrypha and tell me what you getting out of the Apocrypha. Man, we was tearing them nations up. That's why I had to take it out the book. First Maccabees chapter 9, verse 22. As for the other things concerning Judas and his wars, and the noble acts which he did, and his greatness, they were not written, for they were very many. So everything I brought out, it's not even written how much bloodshed Judas was doing, man. Judas Maccabees was nothing to mess with, Israel. All right. So that was our forefather Judas. Now let's go back. Go back. Stand it. Now y'all get it? Most High said, y'all my weapons, man. What are y'all doing down there? Y'all my weapons to shape these nations in check. The ones who get in check, they all right. The ones who don't want to get in check, we his weapons for a reason. Let me show you. Ezekiel 25, verse 12. This said the Lord Yah, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, this said the Lord Yah, because them Caucasians always hurting Judah, taking vengeance. Why they taking vengeance? Because my lesson in Jerusalem, I showed you they was in captivity up under us. So they always been trying to take vengeance from the time they was up under captivity of us. Therefore, it said the Lord Yah, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and there Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance, most I say, lay his what? I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel. Abba'S weapons, Israel. Abba'S weapons, Israel. Do you get it now? We're Abba weapons. And they should do in Edom according to my anger, according to my fury, and they should know my vengeance, said the Lord Yah. Mm-mm-mm. Edom? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that's them Caucasians. I got a special Edom I'm gonna bring out this lesson. I ain't really brought them out, but y'all getting it today. Y'all getting it today. Don't worry, it's coming. Zechariah chapter 9, verse 13. When I have bent Judah for me, and filled my bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, my Israelites, against thy sons, O Greece, Caucasians, Edom, and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. So what's this all love, yo? Most High said, I'm raising up my Israelites against Edom. Ezekiel 25, Zechariah, both different prophets saying the same thing. He said, I'm raising up my Israelites against these people. So what's up with these Israelites holding on to these people? Our weapons are against these people, man. You gotta read, Israel. You got to read. Now, let me go to my other part. Let me show you something. So we getting up out of Egypt, y'all. We on our way. When we came out of Egypt the first time, it was some other people in our land. You know what I mean? We had to come through the Red Sea, go through the wilderness, fight battles. But the main battle was to get back into our land, Jerusalem. Let's see how we got back into Jerusalem. Wasn't Solomon chapter 12, verse 3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those inhabitants of thy holy land. What does that mean? The Canaanites, Jebusites, and all them African nations, yeah, y'all getting it too. We went in that land and destroyed them and took back Jerusalem. Say, give us our land back. Who's in our land right now? The Jew Wish people. Yeah. So them scriptures most high side change not. We coming for y'all, man. Y'all in our land, just like the Africans was in. When we get back, most high give us our power, you gonna get destroyed just like them Africans. Yeah. And we be leaving them out way too much. Way too much. They the ones in our land. Just like them Africans was in our land back then. Y'all in our land now. We coming. Yeah, we coming. We know y'all gonna kill a lot of us, but we will be back. And when we come back, like my scripture said, in Wisdom Solomon 3, in the time of their visitation, I Googled it. That means when we get back, oh, it's up. It's up. And y'all getting out of that land. The real Israelites will be back in their land. So we can go to Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13. Where am I at? Hold on. Yeah, 13, 13. Abba'S Weapons. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. And the wrath of the Lord of hosts, in the day of his fierce anger. Most High is going to be angry. Yahweh is going to be angry. It should be as the chase row. We're going to be chasing people. Yahweh is going to be chasing people. That 144 finna be chasing people. What we finna be doing? As a sheep that no man take it up. They should every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to their own land. They're going to be running to their own people, going back into their land. Moab gonna go where Moab's supposed to go. Edom gonna go where they supposed to go. Everyone that's found should be thrust through. Sling! Whoosh. That's what that means. Killed. Everyone that is joined to them should be fall by the sword. And these Israelites that's holding on to them, you're gonna get that same fate as them. Their children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Abba'S Weapons. That is a commandment, Israel. You're gonna be dashing children in pieces. That's what Most High's trying to get us ready for, man. Ain't no love what's coming. You're going to turn into a weapon for the Father and be dashing children into pieces. Their houses should be spoiled and their wives ravished. Let's continue. Precept that. Let's go to Joel 2. We almost done, Israel. This one's going to be a long lesson. We're going to go verse 4 to 11. So how are we going to be the chase row? This is how we're going to be the chase row. Joel chapter 2, verse 4. The appearance of them is appearance of horses. As a horseman should they run. We're going to be an army. Like the noise of chariots at the tops of mountains should they leap. We're going to be leaping. Psalms 82, 6. You are gods. Like the noise of a flame of fire, they devour the stubble. Who's the stubble? Obadiah. I ain't gonna get into that. Y'all know who the stubble is. As a strong people set in battle array. Army Israel. Army Israel. We came out of Egypt the first time in the army, like I brought out in my last lesson. Our army again. The children of Israel, we hit most high army. We his battle axe. We his weapon. Before they face, the people should be much pain. The people gonna be scared of us. All faces should gather blackness. Everyone, oh my God, these Israelites are scary. Yeah, we are gonna be scary. They should run like mighty men. We're gonna be running like mighty men. They should climb up the walls. We're gonna climb up the walls like men of war. They should march everyone his own ways, and they should not break their ranks. We all gonna be one accord. That's why he always tell us get on one accord. So when we get into that army mode, we're gonna be one accord. Neither should one thirst another. We're not going to accidentally kill each other. They should walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they should not be wounded. So they're going to shoot us. Pew! They're going to stab us. We're going to laugh at them and take the bullet and probably throw it in their face. Psalms 82, 6, Israel. They should run to and fro in the city. We're going to be shoo, 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 shoo. They should run upon the wall. We're going to run up the wall. They should climb upon the houses. We're going to be up in their houses. They should enter in the windows like a thief. We're going to be busting through the windows. The earth should quake before them. The earth going to be scared of us, man. Because the kings and princes, the rulers of the earth, again, is back in a true power. It's going to make the earth shake. It's going to quiver. The heavens should tremble. Even the heavens going to tremble. The sun and moon should be dark, and the stars should withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. Most High going to be telling us what to do. He going to be uttering his voice. Yahweh is going to be the leader of it, telling us, go that way, go that way. They in that bunker. Go get them from that way. For his camp is very great, for he is strong that execute his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who could abide it when he get his kids back in their power? When that 144 and them angels and Yahweh lead it, get back in them powers. And we tearing this place up. We tearing this place all the way up, Israel. Let's continue. Now let's go to Revelations. That's Old Testament. Okay, let me go to Revelation. I'm gonna show you. Yahushua said it. He's been saying it, but I'm gonna show you. This is Revelation chapter 2. Let me show where I'm at. Yeah, Revelation chapter 2, verse 26, 27. Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh, keeping these commandments, Israel, and keeping my words unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. How would you have power? When you chasing them. And he should rule them with a rod of iron. Iron, as a vessel of powder should they be broken into shivers, even as I received of my father. How should I say, I'm gonna have the power to get them nations? Y'all gonna be going after them too. Which ones we gonna be going after? Let me show you. We're gonna get it real quick. Here go one of them. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, the ones in our land not, but do lie, because we the real Jews. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet. They're going to be at our feet, Israel. And to know that I love thee, that I love the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans. Those are my brethren. He's going to make them come worship at our feet. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, we don't never talk about them. They getting it today. Now we're going to go to Revelation 22. So yeah, them they in our land. How we getting them out of our land? By our hands, like we did them Africans. And when we come get them, they're gonna worship at our feet. And no, we sorry for taking your land. This is your land. Yeah, give us our land back. Revelation 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments. They may have right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gates into the city. All praises. Let me show you something. So we're gonna be in Jerusalem. Well, other nations. I'm gonna show you something. Watch this, what I'm about to bring up. Jerusalem's going to be where we going to be at. Where the other nations going to be at? Let me show you. Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoured both before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is a garden of Eden before them. We're going to be in the garden of Eden, which is Jerusalem. And behind them a desolate wilderness. Everybody else is going to be in hell. Their place gonna be a desolate wilderness. Yeah, nothing shall escape them. We're gonna be in our beautiful Garden of Eden, like in Genesis 1, which is New Jerusalem, and our areas where He give us our inheritance, and the other nations, they're gonna be like a desolate wilderness. Let me precept that. Let me show you. Let me precept. Now we're gonna go to second address. I'm gonna precept that. Remember, we're gonna be in the Garden of Eden. They're gonna be a desolate wilderness. Let me precept that. So second Ezra chapter 2, verse 29. My hand shall cover thee. Most High, I'm gonna cover you, so thy children should not see hell. Precept. Jerusalem, our land is gonna be beautiful. Other nations, y'all think y'all got a beautiful kingdom coming? No, y'all gonna be in hell. They're gonna be in hell, being slaves, taking care of us. Our land's gonna be beautiful. Jerusalem gonna be beautiful, separate. They nation's gonna be hell. That's why he says, "My hand shall cover thee, so thy children should not see hell." All right. Watch this. I want to show you one more thing on it before we could follow with this. We're going to do verse 28 first. We're going to go down to 29. The heathen should envy thee. Why they going to envy us? Because we're going to have a beautiful land. But they should be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hands should cover thee, so thy children should not see hell. All right, Israel? So I hope y'all enjoyed this lesson. I hope this brought y'all hope. You know what I mean? So you're like, man, it's scary. We got to die. We're going to lose our jobs and all that. But it's going to be worth it, man. It's going to be worth it when these scriptures, when we get our lick back, man. You know what I mean? Abba's weapons. That's why they gotta turn up their affliction on us. Cause they know these scriptures. They know what Most High gonna have us do to them. They want their lick first. And let them get it. Cause our lick is gonna be worse. Our lick is gonna be forever. As it says you them some other nations, they only get 1,000 years. The rest of them, they getting it forever. Anytime they get out of land, sling. Anytime they get out of line. So I hope this brought y'all hope. I hope this lesson put that fire in you, Israel. And stop being soft, man. Stop listening to these soft Israelites bringing all this love. That's not these scriptures, man. These scriptures is a love for the 12 tribes of Israel. The other nations going to bow down and get in a place. Because we Abba weapons. We're not here for no love. We were sent to be Abba'S weapons. He put us on this earth to check these nations. Show them you better live like these Israelites, how we tell you to live, or we kill you. That's why I'm showing you through the scriptures. We always been like that. We always been like that. That was our job. The other nations was created to be up under us, to serve us. And while we ruling, they have certain way they have to live too. Because Most High don't like wickedness. All right? So I hope this brought y'all comfort. All right? I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed week. To the kings, to the queens, to the prince, to the princesses, you know what I mean? Hey, the mighty warriors, y'all. That 144, them princes, get ready, man. Stay in these commandments. It's gonna be worth it, man. Most High said we're not gonna labor in vain. So stay strong, all right? With that being said, shalom.
All praise to the Most High. Yahushua name. Ruach HaKodesh. I see the ones who say they Jew, but they are really not. Revelation call them the synagogue of Satan. I see the one who say they Jew, but they are really not. I see the one who say they Jew, but they are really not. I see the ones who say they Jew, but they are really not. Revelation call them the synagogue of Satan. I see the ones who say they Jew, but they are really not. I see the one who say they Jew, but they are really not. I see the one who say